Value propositions. When you're propositioned, think about it. What is associated with that word? Nuclear facilities were a value proposition when they were offered to humanity because that's the scale and the scope of what's inside those nuclear reactors. So, and that was a value proposition, and part of that was a very large promise to the nation. This is nationwide technology, not your state or your local or your feelings. This is how it works, this possibly deadly polluting industry, right? So back in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s and still today with the Vogtle nuclear plant, these value propositions are offered up. This is what we hear in the news. And then it fades from public consciousness, what is actually owed, a financial marker of what was owed back to our civilization, right? Nothing big, no big deal there other than the billions of dollars this industry has at its disposal, right? So somewhere that value proposition was lost. I'm familiar with value propositions. I've written multi-million-dollar value propositions. They're called business cases, where you work through what you desire to achieve, accomplish, design, build, or engineer, and see what it's worth to the corporation. It's a value proposition. It's a business case. It's something usually took one of them took about 2 years to build. And I was only a piece of a large value proposition. Inside of that technology was infrastructure and training and better processes. So reasons and value propositions. This is engineering. This is engineering about 901 basis right now. This is the audience you're sitting with and among. So you write differently and you might button your suit a little bit differently, eh? But that's how business works. It works within the constraints, and those constraints are actually only the legal system that surrounds a corporation because they aren't people. They can't go to jail, that corporation. That corporation doesn't die. The corporations that built Germany's army never died. The corporations that built our armies never died. They're still here. Healthy is a question, but so in that is the oversight. The institutions that provide these things, these constraints to corporate hegemony, personal profits. Those things are missing amongst the hullabaloo over beliefs, and that's a challenge we've yet to face. For near 8 years, we heard concerns about the climate under a different president and a different party. For 4 years, we heard about Dr. Seuss and fear. Fear of the future itself instilled in a good part of our population. Instead of embracing the future and trying to mold and guide it, they want to take 3 steps back. Value propositions in a bigger world. And we need other people to manage. We need institutions with qualified people, maybe. Sorry.